there's a lot of misconceptions about passwords and security.
There are.
And I think one of the most common ones is that people think that someone will be trying to guess your password, like an actual human guess of, maybe your password's 1234, and yours might be ABCD. And that's not usually the case. It can happen, of course.
It definitely can happen, but generally it's done by a computer.
Right. So if a computer is it's very quick and can try a combination or a sequence of passwords. It can just keep trying things. So it's called brute forcing.
Yes.
It's just try everything. And if this isn't throttled, if there's not systems in place to stop this, a computer can try many, many different options
in a very short period of time.
In no time. So if you type in a short password, chances are a computer can crack it faster than you can type it in, which is something that most people don't know. So they'll think, oh, my 1237 is clever, and people won't guess that. And while that may be the case, it's still something that a computer can crack very, very quickly.
Computers are very fast at brute forcing.
So long passwords are essential.
Yes.
And then it gets a little complicated because computers can also use dictionaries.
Yes.
So if your long password is a sentence,
they can guess that.
Right. It's not necessarily a long password. It's rather than using characters, it's using words.
Right.
So a long password that is not perhaps correctly spelled words can be an effective way. Another good thing to do is to use a password locker.
Yes.
Which is a little program that can generate and store passwords for you, so you can have long, complicated uppercase, lowercase numbers, special
completely
characters
random
that you would never be able to remember, and it will store it for you, and you can quickly copy them out of that and into wherever you're logging in. It's easy to update. Your passwords are not connected, so you're not using the same password in multiple systems. That's another thing.
Yes.
Passwords or websites will get breached, and then when a website gets breached and they get your password, it may work elsewhere. So it's important to keep your passwords separate.
They should, not be similar in any regard. So a lot of people have clever systems
or a lot of people use the same password
across
everywhere.
multiple sites.
A lot of people do that, and it's just it's bad. Another thing is to keep your email password very, very secure.
And turn on two-factor authentication.
Yes,
in your email.
Both very important. If you don't know what that is, Google two-factor authentication. That basically means it's going to check with you if you log in from a new device.
Generally a text message.
A text message with
your password.
A code in it.
Yeah, code.
So if you get your email password compromised, it's very dangerous because people can then reset passwords. They can look, oh, this is your bank, go to the bank, reset your password, and then they can get into your bank or your credit card or your server account or whatever.
Some very important passwords.
Right. So your email is sort of like the keys to the kingdom. Email passwords are the keys to the kingdom, and you want to keep that very secure, keep updating that, don't lose that one. And that's something that people think is very benign. It's like, oh, it's just my email.
It's just my email, who cares?
Gets in there. Wrong. That's very important. So keep that one secure. Use a password locker. Don't use short passwords.
Yes.
And protect your passwords. It's a good thing to do.
Also, don't try to be clever. The bad guys are going to be more clever than you.
Always.
They are.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal how clever they can be. So
and always be aware that there are systems trying to break into things all the time. And a lot of it's automated. So let's say you have a website and your website gets hacked. A lot of people think, oh, someone targeted my site. And again, while that can be the case, it's also very possible that there's just a bot out there that's trying to target sites that are not properly secured.
Yeah, we get that thousands of times a day on the sites we run.
Happens
People
all the time.
Trying to log in.
And if you got everything secured, it's no big deal. If you don't, it can be a big problem. So be smart about it, respect it, and you'll be fine.